All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to build a counterflow, or a counter pressure bottle filler. And what you need to do is go out and get yourself one of these racking canes, and we're going to cut it off, and then we're going to either angle, or I've got a better idea, I think, on the end of it, so that when it hits the bottom of the bottle, it doesn't create a seal. So I'm going to go ahead and get this cut off, and I will be back with you in just a second. Okay, now that I've got it cut off, the one end that's going to go into the bottle, I've seen everybody cut these on a 45. I thought this might make a little more sense. It'll slow the flow just a little bit, and I think that'll work pretty good. So we cut the one end flat. Make sure you deburr it really well. And then the other end, I just put some grooves in it with a cutoff wheel. Actually worked really easily. We're gonna try it, see how it works. I can always go back and cut it on an angle if I need to. Now, the next step that you're gonna need to do is you need to get yourself two stoppers that fit this particular racking cane. You can pick them up at any of your homebrew stores. They may even have numbers on them. I don't believe this one does. We'll clean them up here after we get done doing what we're doing. This stopper is one that fits a growler, and this one actually fits your bottles. But in order to do this, you'll see what we're going to do here in a minute. You're going to need a very, very tiny little drill bit, and put it in a drill press probably for ease. And you're going to drill right next to the big hole as far towards the outside as you can. And what we're going to do is the needles that you usually fill up your basketballs or soccer balls with, we're actually going to insert one of those needles right next to this, and that's going to allow the counter pressure. You can stick your thumb over top of it. You can use this with one hand, and then as the bottle fills, you can release the pressure with your thumb just a little bit. This is a very quick and dirty, just kind of easy way of doing it. So let me go ahead and get these holes drilled, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, so the small one is much more difficult to drill than the big one. Obviously, that goes through and it actually comes out just at the bottom. And the big one, much easier to do. You can see that tiny little pinhole. Obviously, that's where the drill went in. So let me go ahead and get everything set up and inserted, and I'll show you what it looks like afterwards. All right, so here's what we got now. So we've got our stopper on our racking cane. This is crappy video. Let me help you out here. So we've got our needle valve through here coming out the bottom. All that's good. Same thing for the bigger one. Now I just went ahead and put it on there. Now here's what you're going to need. Now your hose sizes are going to determine, whatever fittings and such that you need. But essentially you're going to need some sort of a shutoff valve, and you're going to need a ball lock fitting, along with a length of hose determining your desired length that you need to reach from your keg to wherever you need to go. Mine is behind me here in this Keezer, so I wanted it to be able to reach far enough that I could get it on the bar to bottle. So let me show you, now that we have our racking cane, and I highly recommend anybody that has any kind of fittings, these pliers, which are your standard bullnose crimp type pliers for these particular hose clamps. These are, I think they're, I don't remember the exact name, but these come in very handy. They're kind of a single-use hose clamp for something like this that you're not going to be taking apart. They're perfect. So let me go ahead and construct this, and I'll show you what it looks like when we're done. Okay, so we have our racking cane with our on-off valve. Allows the flow into our racking cane. Allows that to come from our ball lock fitting. So now all we have to do is connect this to our keg, make sure our valve is shut off, get our bottles sanitized, and we'll go ahead and fill our bottles.